Hi folks, I'm in Greenland and on a 16-day unsupported hike, and I decided to bring my alcohol stove with and not my my wind boiler, mainly for weight purposes. And I have it all stacked away in my little kitchen compartment. It's the Optimus Heat. You can make one of these yourself out of the insulation, thermal insulation that you get at the large home hardware stores. But I like this because it's got a hand pouch in as well, and I couldn't be bothered with making one. So what I have in here is the alcohol stove. It's the titanium Evernew, and I have my trusty fork and a homemade windbreaker. The windbreaker is really important because it doesn't matter even when there's no wind. You need this contained around your heat source to push as much energy up towards the pot as possible. If you don't have this, even on a non-windy day, the heat just gets dispersed out and you don't get a real good usage of how much alcohol you use. And then because of flight restrictions, you can't fly with flammable liquids. And I got this Borup bioethanol. It's Danish. It looks like it's exclusive denatured bioethanol. And I usually only bring enough ounces for what I need, but it's a long story. When the helicopter landed and I only had 30 minutes before they would drop me off again up the fjord, that I had to just grab this whole bottle. So this will definitely last me 16 days, but usually only take enough for what I have. I have 8 days with me of food, and I have a food drop hidden away further down the fjord. I'll be pack rafting too. I'll pick that up, and I'm going to do the southern loop by Cape Farewell. Right now I'm up the Tasman Ford, right up fjord, right up north. And then as far as alcohol consumption goes, I usually use a 1:8 ratio. 1 ounce of alcohol for 8 ounces of water that you want to boil. So let me get this out of the way. Put that in there. I just have my food ready. I freeze dried food in a Ziploc bag that I carry it with, and that becomes my compartment that I'm going to eat it with. And then what's really cool, I'll show you this. The Ultralight Evernew. It's a stove system. I haven't used this much. I haven't seen much gains. It's to disperse the heat even more. I have some safety matches. Those are just in case it rains and gets wet. And then inside, quite simply, is the actual stove that pops out, and the actual stove itself where you put the fluid. So that fits in there. What I also made, put this back in here so nothing blows away. What I also made was, instead of just this lying open like that, I made the silver plate that you can put it on. It fits perfectly. Damn, these flies, they just climb in your ears. There's no other beasts around here, so they kind of all after me. Where you can find this, quite simply, is look in your wife's pantry closet and look for cornstarch. There'll be a cardboard container saying cornstarch. Do whatever you want with the cornstarch, but keep the container and cut the cardboard off, and you have this nice little silver plate. So that goes there. Then you put this on top like that, and then you put that on top, and there it is. What I also do is, the other cool thing about this plate is when I pour the alcohol in here, I make sure that I also run a few drops down the side so it collects in the plate, and that becomes my light point. So it's very easy to actually ignite the stove. Instead of putting your hand in there, I ignite it from the side. And because alcohol burns, it's been 8 days already, and my legs are aching. Because alcohol burns clear, you can't see if it's on a light or not, and a lot of the nature reserves, nature parks don't allow this. They want an on-off switch. So put that there. There's a lot of the ice melt on the real high cliffs here in the sun are cracking, and it sounds like thunder, and they come tumbling down in a massive waterfall, and they flood the river and the marsh down in the valley. So it's the whole night I couldn't sleep because it was like a thunderstorm. All this glacial ice melt, and that's not snow. That's from the mini ice age. That stuff's been up there for 1,000 years, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so I need 8 ounces of water. I'm gonna fit in here, and all my water I'm getting actually from the waters that's running down the river there. I have one up here. I don't know if you can see it. I have one above me, and I have this beautiful clear stream of water that's 1,000 years old, been ice for 1,000 years. It's never seen industrialization or carbon footprint or anything. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so what I do next is I get my windshield ready. I have a spare tent peg for this, to hold it down. It's not too windy now, so hopefully it won't blow away, because you don't want it to blow and topple this over. And that just fits around the top like that. The other thing I need to do is go and get my glove. Okay. So in goes an ounce. So I have that ready. And what I do next is I pour a little on the side. And I light it. If you're not sure if it's burning or not, just hold something over there. Yep, we've got flames. I'm gonna put this on, put that on, and now I'm gonna get a glove. You can time it. It's 6:31. It burns clear. When the flames start, when it first starts, it's kind of fluttering, and then after that it gets quiet, and I can see the flames. You can see it's catching fire, if you ever doubted. So as far as timing goes, I use 1 ounce of alcohol for 8 ounces of fluid. And I'm really intrigued by these internet experiments of how long should it take to boil? 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes. I see experiments with thermostats in and timers going and 20 timers and all the variables they can add to it, and I really don't understand why it matters. Something like this takes 5 minutes, 6 minutes, or 7 minutes is irrelevant. When you're out hiking, What are you going to do with that 60 seconds? If you look behind me and you can't see around here how beautiful it is, I'm just sitting here relaxing. You might find a competitive product to this that's 5 minutes 45 seconds, and this might be 6 minutes 10 seconds. Who cares? What are you going to do with the 20 seconds when you're out here? I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. Really, does 60 seconds make a difference when you're out having food? So we started this at 6:31. I can hear you can see the steam already. I don't know how long it takes to boil. I don't care. I'm just doing this for you guys. I'm going to show you how long 1 ounce of alcohol takes to burn in Greenland. Fast forward to when I take the pot off if you don't want to watch this and time it. But I'm just doing it for the hell of it. This windshield makes all the difference. If you don't have this on, don't even run an experiment. I think there's another product like this, I don't know what it's called. I think it comes in a cone shape, and that's how it drives a lot of the heat and the energy up to the water, to the pot to boil it. Maybe that works better, I don't know. But I already have steam. I've got bubbles going. It's been 4 minutes. I'd say it's boiling. I have a running boil. I would say that's now 4 minutes because it's only 6:35 in the evening. There it is. I have a running boil. 4 minutes to boil 1 ounce for 8 ounces of dry freeze pack food. You'll actually see by having a windshield you need less alcohol. When I take this off, this is probably going to burn for another minute or two. Wow, I could have put half an ounce in. Half an ounce of alcohol for 8 ounces of water. Ow, ow, ow. This glove isn't looking like I wanted it to. There you go. I'd say 1 ounce quite easily for maybe 16 ounces of fluid. So you guys can have a swim in that pool. Ow, it's hot. Yum. I'm hungry. So there it is. The Evernew titanium ultralight alcohol stove. Works like a charm. If you're going ultralight or long distance hiking, I recommend this over gas canisters, because this is one of the things you need to think about. When you're hiking, you have 3 kinds of weight you need to think about. You have base weight, consumption weight, and your variable weight. Your base weight is your tent and the things that are going to stay the same the whole trip. Your consumption weight is your food. Every day you have food, your food gets less, and every day you burn off fuel, your fuel gets less. So if you plan correctly, by the time you end your trip, your consumption rate should be 0. Your consumption weight should be 0. Every day it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Your base weight stays the same. Your variable weight would be things like your water. How much water do you want to carry a day, and how far is your water source from where you go? So total weight isn't really important. Is that when you want to think about ultralight, think of how much water you need, but then also plan your meals, and every day you have a lighter pack. And this is still burning. This is 1 ounce and it's still going. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I'm still working on my wind burner for that for the plan. If you look at the other video, I haven't had time, but I'll get back to it.